Hi, everybody. It's Caterina Barregar from Imagine Life Coaching. It has been a minute since the last time that I talked to you guys. Actually, I think it was last year or something like that. And so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be starting a whole bunch of different things. This one here today is how to stay positive in a negative world, because the world has gone really, really, really negative. And then I will be starting up the Empath Cafe stuff again soon. So you'll probably be able to watch for details online. If you're watching this afterwards, please give it a like if you like something, comment nicely, because that's what we're trying to do, is to stay positive in a negative world. And I'm just going to walk you guys through this, and then I will share it on Facebook and you'll be able to see it and then decide what you want to do. Okay. So I'm a life coach. I've been a life coach, relationship coach, empath coach for many, many years. And I've also been an intuitive medical intuitive Reiki master for many years, and a medical intuitive since I was about 8 years old. I'm also an NLP practitioner, and I really love, love, love my work. And I've noticed in the last few months in particular, well, the last couple of years, but especially in the last few months, that people are becoming more and more angry. And it's the toxicity of what's going on around us in the world is getting to be too much for people. So I wanted to lighten things up a little bit by giving you some tips and tricks in order to be able to navigate all of this. Because if you're an empath, an intuitive, or a highly sensitive person, you're going to be noticing and really feeling a lot of the energies that are going on around here in the world. I mean, with the weather, with COVID, with, isolation, with all the things that are going on, it's become a lot for people. And the more isolated you are with your spouse, with your partner, with people that you don't really want to be with all the time, the more toxic things become, and it gets a little bit out of hand for some. And I've really noticed that shift in my practice. And so I just want to be here to serve you guys the best way I know how, and to bring back love into everything that we're doing. So I'm going to start with, there's lots for me to cover. So I'm just going to start here, and we'll kind of carry through this for the half hour. I'll put up a couple of things like my website and my meditations. No, not just my website, but the whole thing plus the discovery session. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be putting out there. I came to this work because when I was a kid, I would feel other people's feelings. And every time there was a bad feeling or a sad feeling or whatever, I'd feel really into it. Then when I started noticing at age 8 that I was able to, it's kind of wild. Even to this day, I'm shocked and surprised when it happens, but I was able to notice dis-ease in people and be able to help them to understand what it's about emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and then also help them to find healing, either with me through Reiki or through going to a doctor or whatever, so that they could get some help with that. As I was doing that, at 8 years of age, I didn't really know how to translate that to my family to let them know that there was something going on with somebody. But later on in years, I really wanted to hide it and not put it out there for people, because I thought, well, I think this is weird. I thought this was weird, but now it's becoming more of an accepted practice. And the more and more we evolve as a human race, and hopefully we're definitely on our way to doing that, the easier it is for people like me, and some of you, for people like you, to be able to share your gifts and talents. So after I was really not wanting to do the seeing business. Also, sometimes I am able to speak to people on the other side. And that is really cool when that starts to show up. And it's only with certain clients that happens. But sometimes when they're going through some emotional stuff, their loved ones show up and give really strong messages. So it's been really exciting to do that work too. So since I became a Reiki master, and I'm fourth down from Usui himself, which is really kind of cool in the lineage. And ever since then, I was coaching and I was doing all kinds of things along with it. And then I just kind of thought, well, maybe I should be a life coach. I'll tell you why that happened. I think I've probably mentioned this in other videos, but I was getting some business cards done. And on the business card, it said Intuitive Reiki Master and Life Coach. And I didn't know what that was in those days, because this was kind of new work in those days. And so I thought, well, I better research this. So I did. And then I became a life coach, and I worked as a volunteer with some of the instructors and traveled with one of them to some of the places where she was teaching and was her teacher's aide. And in another program, I was a mentor assistant, all those kinds of things. And it's been a really, really awesome experience. I've helped a lot of people around the globe to change their lives. And actually I've saved some, and that's been a big honor for me. And it's really humbled me to know that this gift is for me to share with people who really need it. So today, some of you know, if you follow me at all, that I love Roomie. I really wish that there would have been a day that I could have met that human being and gotten to know him, because the profound learnings from him are wonderful. And if you haven't heard of Roomie before, it's Rumi. Look him up. He was amazing, a philosopher, and just really brilliant. Now, I want to share this poem, which I learned when I was going through a cancer journey. And it was really interesting because it's about inviting all things in. And I talk about the chaos theory quite a bit in my practice, and how to navigate that and how to reframe your thinking so that you can reach for better feeling thoughts, and so that you can understand that not everything has to be a negative, and that you can transform each event and each everything into a positive. Okay, everything can be transformed into a positive. Not that you're going to lie to yourself, but that's a whole other video that I'm going to do. So for today, I just want to talk about staying positive in a negative world. So I'm going to go into one of Rumi's beautiful poems to start with. It's called The Guest House. Some of you may have heard of it, and it really helps to understand humanity and some of the feelings that we feel. And so I'm just going to read that to you if I can get my screen back up properly again. Yeah, fun times. All right. So some of this you might want to write down if you have a pen handy. If you're watching this afterwards, then please go ahead and write all this down that you want to learn from today. So it's called The Guest House. It's by Roomie, and it goes like this. And if you want to close your eyes here, go ahead and do it, because this is a profound statement that he made even in those days. And I'd love for you to feel into this one. Okay, so close your eyes, take a breath. The guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as the unexpected visitor does. Oh man, my screen. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them all at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from the beyond. And that's Roomie. And that is brilliant, because everything we learn in life is guided, is divinely guided, so that we can learn and move on, or learn and stay stuck and learn some more. So one of the other things he always said in his, many quotes and things is, live life as if it is rigged in your favor. No matter what's going on around you, in you, beside you, live life as if it's rigged in your favor. And that includes all the bad things, all the horrible things, all the good things, all the maybe mediocre things. Really, it is important to live life that way, because the other option is not to be happy. The other option is to be negative and angry and rageful. And I think it's more fun to be in joy and happiness. So here we go. I'm going to give you some tips today on how to stay positive in a negative world. Okay, so the first thing is, and I always talk to my clients about this when they're under a lot of stress and when they're finding life not to be so enjoyable, is to set boundaries around negativity. If there's somebody in your life who is an energy vampire, and I have another video on energy vampires, who is full of bad news, negativity, anger, and so on, you want to limit your time with them. And if you can't do that, another great strategy is to redirect the conversation. So whenever it goes to a really negative place, they want to stay there, or they want to introduce something new that's negative, then what you want to do is to redirect the conversation. And if they keep bringing it back, you keep taking it away from that conversation. There's so much stress in our lives right now that sometimes this person just needs you to be able to make their day better by redirecting. Okay. All right. The next tip is to listen to music. Man, for a long time, I wouldn't listen to music. I just wouldn't listen to it because it brought back memories that, were either sad or, whatever. And so I wouldn't listen to it. And then when I started getting this feeling of, I need to express in the shower where I sing there, or I express in the car where I beep bopping down the road. But either way, I do express with music because it is delightful. And for me, it's all about the 70s or, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter. Just listen to music. It can really super lift your spirits. On a road trip, when you're cooking, if you're making food from a different country, just listen to that music and kind of beep bop around the kitchen when you're cooking. It's kind of fun. The next thing is to meditate. So I have created this and I'm going to put it in here and you guys can copy this afterwards. And don't forget to give this a like or invite other people to, oh, I didn't do that right. Oh, well, invite other people to come and join in on this. Okay. I will add it to the end in the comments. Okay. So it's called Magical Night Meditations and it was created, I think it was 2011 or 2012 or something like that for somebody who was really going through some stuff. And so it became a CD. Psychologists have used it for some of their more difficult behavior challenged clients. And other people, thousands, tens of thousands of people have been reached by that work. And so I was grateful to be able to try to help this person and also to be able to help many people as a result. So you see how it goes? It's kind of an interesting thing. One thing leads to another, which is kind of like the domino effect, which I talk about a lot too. So living mindfully. When I talk about living mindfully, there are certain things that you want to do mindfully. One of them is to eat slowly. It's basically about slowing everything down, noticing everything around you. When I was going through my cancer journey, we used to go out into the city and walk around the block and that sort of thing. And the one man said, why don't we look at this tree? This is slowing things down. So go outside. And if you're really stressed out, go up to a tree. Look at the tree. Look at the bark on the tree. Look at the branches on the tree. And if you want to close your eyes here again, you can. It's wonderful. This is wonderful. Look at the bark on the tree. Look at the leaves on the tree. Take one leaf off and smell it. Smell what that leaf smells like. All of these trees and their leaves have smells to them. Smell it. And then what you want to do is to really look at it. Look at the veins on the leaf on the tree. And then just look at how beautiful the pattern is and that sort of thing. And then rub it around and feel the oils from the leaf on the tree. This is mindful living. When you do anything like getting out of bed, eating, walking, making a cup of coffee, do it mindfully. My practice is I have this ritual around coffee and it's all done very mindfully. The purpose is to slow things down. What is the rush? What is the rush anymore? That's a good question, isn't it? There is no rush. We got to get back to the basics. We got to slow down a little bit. Okay, that made me breathe and slow down a little bit. All right, so the next thing is to practice gratitude. So I've also got a video on that. Practicing gratitude isn't just to say, I'm grateful for everything. It is to be very specific. Each day when you get up, I bet you the first thought for a lot of you is going to be, oh, I wonder what's going to go wrong today. Oh my God, this is what's left over from yesterday that went wrong. I'm angry at this person. I'm needing to talk to this person. I need to, go to the doctor. I need to go to the dentist. I need to pay these bills, whatever it is. Most people start their day with that stuff. But I'm going to encourage you to do something different. In the morning, when you wake up and you start ruminating into the negative, then do yourself a favor and start thinking about what you're grateful for. Are you grateful for this breath? Are you grateful for the air that you breathe, even if it's smoky right now? Are you grateful that you're able to breathe in air? Are you grateful that you have a bed to sleep in? Are you grateful that you have a roof over your head? Are you grateful for whatever it is that you're grateful for, the picture hanging on the wall, whatever? And then as you go through your day, try to remind yourself as much as possible of the things that you are in gratitude for. It makes such a huge difference. And then at night, you can do the same thing when you go to bed. One of the things I sometimes say, and you've probably heard about this, is to get a gratitude jar. And just start putting sticky notes with gratitudes in it. And then every 3 months or every year on New Year's Eve is sometimes what I recommend, just pull them out and say, wow, I was grateful for all of this. I was really grateful for all this the whole time. Yeah, you were. So just make that a habit. You can also grab a gratitude journal and start writing it down. So an empty notebook is good too, whatever it is, okay? And then the next one is abundance. Okay, so people right now are really in fear mode. This world is in fear mode, guaranteed. It's either about money or relationships or health at the moment. So I want you to notice abundance everywhere. There is abundance everywhere. And I've been practicing that a lot. And over the last few days, if I go on a road trip or something, I'm just like so excited if if emerge is easy for me. So I call it emerge fairy. And that to me is abundance because I got lots of room, lots of space to move my car into the right lane. So abundance is everywhere. Just notice it. When it comes to the law of attraction, practice it. Abundance is about saying hello to somebody in the morning. That's wonderful. You've got a human being to say hello to. It's about filling your car with gas. Okay, so I'm going to tell the story. Actually, let's use the bridge one. When you're crossing a bridge, I learned this one a long time ago. It's very cool. Somebody built that bridge. Yeah, they built it to make money. True story. And they also built it because they knew that their loved ones would have to cross that bridge at some point in time. So when you're driving across the bridge or you're getting gas, remember, somebody had the intention, let's not talk about the money part, but around love to get people moving. Got it? So think about what is abundant. There's so much that's abundant. The next one is a hard one for everybody because it's everywhere. And that is, if you must consume, then consume positive stuff. If you must consume news, then try to find positive news. I've got a page, what's it called? Tell Me Something Good. Go there. There's lots of funny, fun things there. Go find positive news anywhere on Facebook. Whenever you see something negative or something that's going to be about fear mongering or stuff like that, just do yourself a favor and limit what you're consuming that is negative. It is very important to stay informed. It's really important to stay safe. But as you might have noticed, there's a lot of misinformation out there now, and it's hard to know what's what anymore. That is a true story. Okay, so the next one is one of my favorites. I used to run these hug-a-thon groups on the mainland in British Columbia here by Vancouver. And, hugging is one of the most important things. I've always said that you need at least 7 hugs a day. And right now, most of us human beings are not getting those 7 hugs unless we're living with a spouse or unless we have friends that, have been vaccinated or whatever, or it's safe to be with them. All right. So I used to run these hug-a-thons every year. And it is amazing how starved for affection people were even before what has happened here in the last couple of years. People are starved, and especially now. So if you can hug each other with all your might, okay? The next one I want to talk about is, I don't know if you guys have heard of Don Miguel Ruiz and the 4 Agreements. I try to live my life this way, and I try to help my clients to live their lives this way too. So there are 4 agreements in life that you want to adhere to as much as possible. There's a great book and there's a companion book that goes with it. And so I want to encourage you, if you haven't got the book or if you haven't looked for it online, go ahead and look for this. It's amazing. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. If you are honest and if you are integral and you have the other person's heart, well-being in mind, then nothing can go wrong. You're being integral, you're being impeccable with your word. Number 2 is don't take anything personally. Okay. So I work with a lot of people who have lower self-esteem. They take every little thing personally. And they don't know how to process what somebody has said. Sometimes it's just a person wanting to say, something. They may not say it the right way, or they may say it in a way that triggers you about something that happened earlier on in life. So I'm going to encourage you to either talk to me during my discovery session, and I'll show you that afterwards on the comments when I post this, to talk about taking things personally. This is about self-esteem. If you've got good self-esteem, what other people think about you and say about you is really none of your business. So don't even worry about who they are. Think about who you are. If you're impeccable with your word, and if you don't take anything personally, and third, if you don't make assumptions about what other people are doing, saying, thinking about you, or doing, saying, thinking about anything, you're going to do okay. And the most important one of these is to always do your best. We're not perfect. None of us is perfect. But if you always do the best that you can with what you know, you're going to be okay. That makes for a positive world because you're taking the pressure off of yourself at that point. The next tip is to turn off electronics. Take a few hours each day, if you can, to get away from your phone, the computer, and just spend time either in nature or meditating or just being with friends or family, and just turn it off because it can really trigger you negatively. All right, so the next one is laughing. Okay, when I was young, I had been through quite a bit of stuff, and so I didn't laugh. If I was in a group of people and they were laughing, I would just open my mouth as if I were going to laugh, but I never did. Until I got to know me better and until I got to let go of some of the stuff that had happened. So now I laugh quite a bit, and they're belly laughs. And it's really good to practice belly laughs because it takes care of some of those stress hormones that are going on, and it gives you the happy. Okay. The other thing you can do to really bring back some of the joy is to, this is your thymus gland here. So if you thump your thymus, you thump your thymus, as my brother would say, then, you're going to bring out that happy. If you watch a baby, they just naturally laugh because they haven't, in this lifetime anyway, had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff yet. So in those moments when you're finding joy, noticing joy, being in joy, put yesterday and tomorrow aside and just have fun, have flippin' fun. One of my favorite things that I've learned is to be in the moment. How can you think of yesterday or tomorrow when you are in the moment? You can't. You've got to stay in the moment to enjoy, because this moment is really all there is. And this moment is all there is. And this moment is all there is because you're here right now with me. This moment, you breathe, you love, you eat, you sleep, you do whatever. But let's connect with the moment instead of going to future thinking and past thinking. That's what messes us up. Like I said, get out in nature. Nature is the best teacher for all of this stuff. I've been really into nature for a while now, and I take pictures out there in the wild, and I've learned so much about patience from a couple of particular people, and also about just nature and how it shows us love at every turn. And so if you get out into nature, you're exercising, or if you need to exercise in a different way, do it, because it will help you sleep better and it will bring out those joy hormones. The next piece, and we might go over time because I've got so much to tell you, and I'll break this down into further videos down the road. So getting your needs met. So when I take on a client, the first thing I do is have them fill in a needs assessment, which after the discovery session, and that needs assessment is 20 pieces, and there's about 4 multiple choices in each part of this. And it helps me to really personalize what it is they're going to be doing while they're with me after they purchase the package. But most people don't meet their own needs. Most people are so busy, especially women, meeting the needs of others, and they don't take care of themselves. So it's important for you to start thinking about what you need in life and what you want in life. There's 2 different things there. What you want in life is totally different from what you need in life. Excuse me. So it's something that you and I can talk about when we're together, if you choose to do one of these discovery sessions. So the next one is being busy. I have heard and I have said lately, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. But there's a difference between being busy and being productive. I'm so busy doing things and catching the next squirrel, the next sparkly idea sometimes that I forget that I'm not actually being productive. So what I want to encourage you to do, and I mean, there's a lot of studies around this now. Oh, and I want to talk about water too. I hope I can actually, you know what? I'm going to do the water thing right now before I get into that. When you're angry and when you're agitated, I've been studying this neuroscientist recently, and he's done a study, a big study in his lab regarding agitation, anger, and rage. Most people who are in that state of mind have not had enough fluid in their system and are pretty dehydrated, not only in their body, but in their brains too. And that can make them very agitated. I found that fascinating. He's a really well-known neuroscientist. And there were some other things that I'm helping to teach people too about that. But this was a really important one because it's an easy fix. So if you can ingest more water, then you will be doing much better with your agitation. You'll sleep better, the whole thing. All right, so let's get back to busy versus being productive. So if you can take 3 to 5 goals, I suggest 3 things, 3 goals per day. What you want to do is have a main heading. And then what you want to do is to take that main heading and start subcategorizing. What tasks do I need to do to complete on this main heading? 3 only. I know your list is probably miles long, just like mine is, but if you can get 3 things done a day, how long will it take you to, do you think, to get everything done that you need to get done within weeks? I mean, it's really brilliant and beautiful. So sometimes life just looks like too much when you've got this to-do list that's this long. Even cleaning out the closet is a big deal. It is. My closet, listen, I've got issues with it's a walk-in closet and I've got issues with it. However, I make every effort to keep it in a good state. And when it gets kind of out of sorts, I put aside a couple of hours and I go, okay, let's clean this sucker up. But you have to do it kind of methodically. You have to have a goal, you have to have an outcome, and you have to have focus to be able to complete on that. And then when you're done, you need to celebrate yourself, okay? I think we're almost at the end here. So I'm just going to do this one last thing that I was going to do today, because I just really want you to go from this little video, and I hope you got something out of it today. Please let me know by liking it, loving it, commenting positively. We get so much of the negatives all over the world, but let's do it positively. And if you can't, then please don't comment. But anyway, I would like you to, this is the loving kindness meditation. I learned this when I was teaching meditation many years ago. And I love this one. It's one of my favorite things because it really includes all of humanity and all sentient beings. It's called the loving kindness meditation. And so I want you to sit back, get comfy, cozy for a minute. Just breathe, close your eyes if you want to, or just have a little bit of a stare going on and focus on one thing. Don't go jumping around the room looking for things. Let thoughts of yesterday and thoughts of tomorrow go. And just be here with me right now in this moment. Get comfortable. Relax your shoulders. Let your hands rest comfortably in your lap. Settle into the awareness of the body and the breath. Feel into your body right now and notice what's here. Open to whatever is to be experienced in the body in this moment. Connecting to the breath and noticing the wave-like movements of the belly. Diaphragmatic breathing here, guys. In this practice, we'll be cultivating loving kindness. We all have it in us, this natural capacity for loving kindness or friendship that is unconditional and open, gentle and supportive. Loving kindness is a natural opening of a compassionate heart to ourselves and to others. It's a wish that everybody could be happy. We all start with developing loving kindness towards ourselves, allowing our hearts to open with tenderness. Now, allow yourself to remember and open up your basic goodness. You might remember times when you've been kind and generous. You might recall your natural desire to be happy and not to suffer. If you're acknowledging your own goodness, and if it's difficult to acknowledge your own goodness, look at yourself through the eyes of someone who absolutely loves you. What does that person love about you? Or you might recall unconditional love that you felt, maybe for a beloved pet. It may help to use the imagination and to picture yourself as a young child standing before you, 4 to 5 years of age. And that will allow the tender kindness of your heart to flow. And as you experience this love, notice how you feel in your body. Maybe you feel some warmth, heat in your face, a smile, a sense of expansiveness. Breathe that in. This is loving kindness, a natural feeling that is accessible to all of us, always. Resting with this feeling of unconditional love. Just rest in that for a moment. Letting yourself bask in the energy of loving kindness. Breathing it in and breathing it out, and then breathing it in again and inviting feelings of peace and acceptance. So, beginning now, wish yourself loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. And may I know the natural joy of being alive. And now think of someone that you care about. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be calm. May you feel connected. May you feel joy. And now open it up to someone that you have had conflict with. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you know joy. May you know abundance. May you be at peace. And may you know love. And now open it up to people who are in your circle, your friends, your family. May you be happy. May you feel my love right now. May you accept yourself as you are. May you be happy, and may you be filled with loving kindness. And now bring to mind somebody who's neutral in your life, somebody who it doesn't matter either way. Send them some loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you know great abundance. May you know joy, and may you feel love. And now let's think a little bit further out. Let's think about your community and the world at large. Think about all of the people in the world. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you know joy, and may you experience love. And now I want you to take the whole world and add all sentient beings. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you know joy. May you know abundance. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself as you are. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Breathing that all in. Just bask in that energy of loving kindness. Take another breath in, and another breath out. Breathing in love and breathing out love. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Take another deep breath and then come back to the room. And I hope that that experience was a good one for you. So I'm going to complete here for today, but I'll be sending you out some more videos. And I really do hope that you find this video helpful. Some of the things that are going to be coming up are the Empath Cafe, which I used to run online and in person, is going to be coming up again really soon. I just haven't decided on the dates yet, but I'm very excited to share some of those learnings that I've had over the years and do it again. I'm going to do the whole thing again. So there's lots of different levels of it, and we'll do that again soon. I really want to thank each and every one of you for taking a moment, well, 38 minutes almost, to listen to this today, and I really hope it helped. If you want to share it out to somebody who needs it, please go ahead and do that. I really appreciate you on every level. May you know that I love and care about you too. And as I always say, make love your compass in all ways, always. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Lots of love and smiles across the miles from my heart to yours. See ya.